Ronald Acuna Jr. just made history last night to become the first 40-70 man in Major League Baseball history, hit 40 home runs and steal 70 bags in one season. Negative Nancy's come in. That is really impressive. To be the first of any kind is really impressive. I don't care about the pitch clock. I don't care about, pickoff attempts being limited. I don't care about none of that. Does it play a role? Obviously, yes, you have to consider it. But at the end of the day, the game evolves and every game evolves. Everything evolves in life. Times change, the game's change. It's the way it is now. And for Acuna to, break the record in the very first year of this, new kind of game that we have, really impressive. And to do it with 40 home runs on top of that, MVP. Yeah, I was watching that live and it was a great moment. Ronald Acuna was pretty quiet throughout that entire game. It wasn't until the 8th inning, I think, where he got his first base knock. He would come around to score. I believe he stole a base in the 8th inning, came around to score on a base hit. He was up there again in the 10th inning, again another base hit, steals again, stole 2 bases, get to the 70th stolen base of the season for him. Ronald Acuna Jr. is an absolute cheat code. I mean, the guy is insane. The guy just does it all. 5-tool player, very marketable. Atlanta has a good one on their hand, and he's severely underpaid. I don't know what his contract exactly is. I know it's like for 8 years and maybe $150 million, if that. I feel like it's like 8 and 120. I don't know to be exact, but he's severely underpaid. And but Ronald Acuna Jr. doing amazing things. And so when he stole that 70th bag in the 10th inning, of course, very emotional, very excited about it. He starts to dig up the base, obviously to keep it for himself and take it back to the clubhouse and then take it home after the game. Digs up the base on the side. Some clubby comes over and takes the base from him, gets a new bag on the spot and puts it in. I don't know how long it took, maybe a couple of minutes, pause time there. They had like a video montage going on. All the fans were applauding him. So like it was like a whole, resounding moment for Acuna. Congratulate him, and especially in front of the home crowd in Atlanta. Obviously, they're gonna be happy for him and, applaud him. If this happened, let's just say in Wrigley Field in Chicago, I'm not sure he gets the same treatment. The Cubs announcers were not happy. And I'm just gonna flat out say straight out, like, personally, I am not a fan of the Cubs announcers. To be exact, John Shambi, sorry to break the news to John Shambi or anybody else out there that may be hurt by that, but again, it's the internet. You're in the spotlight. I'm sure people don't like me, and people do like me, and people like John Shambi, of course, I'm sure as well. But me personally, not the biggest fan of John Shambi, and he does ESPN as well. He's done ESPN, Sunday Night Baseball. Doesn't do it for me. But he starts complaining like, "What are we doing? Like, why is this stopping? Play the game, play on, do it after the game." And listen, I understand, like, okay, just do it after the game, but you kind of want to get that bag on the moment, like on the spot. Even like if it's in the 5th inning, you still want to kind of get that bag on the spot. I mean, we've seen it with just so many milestones in baseball history where we kind of take a moment to appreciate what we just witnessed and applaud the player and take the base out or take the bat out, get the home run ball, whatever it is. We kind of take a moment to appreciate it. That's just a game of baseball, and it's how it's always been. And so the Cubs, in the midst of a thick playoff race there, just because they're in the mix of a thick playoff race doesn't mean that we have to abide by their rules. Like, oh, this is a big moment in the game, 10th inning, yada, yada, yada. Whether it was the 1st inning, 5th inning, 10th inning, the moments stayed the same. And it was coming. We knew it was coming for Ronald Acuna Jr. that he would eventually get that stolen bag. I thought it was a great moment. I thought it was a great all-around moment for the Braves, for Ronald Acuna Jr. And unfortunately for the Cubs, they obviously came out on the wrong side. Obviously, John Shambi wasn't happy in the end that the Cubs would end up losing. They did not lose because of that play, because Ronald Acuna, stopped the game for a couple minutes. They did not lose because of that play. The Cubs have just been kind of reeling here for really the last month. They've been kind of reeling the last month, playing not so great baseball at the worst time. They play again today. Yeah, not going to be easy for the Chicago Cubs here down the stretch in the last weekend of the regular season. I did want to talk about, should MLB just continue to play on? Should they stop the game and appreciate? No, this is what makes baseball great. The tradition, the rich history of taking the time to appreciate what we witnessed. And we witnessed the first player in Major League Baseball history become the first 40-70 man, 40 home runs, 70 stolen bases for Ronald Acuna Jr. He's gonna win the MVP. And will we ever see 40-70 again? I think so. I think we definitely could see 40-70 again. I think the game is just going to continue to evolve as these players continue to be like Ronald Acuna Jr. I think Acuna could do it again next year, in the next couple of whatever. He's still in his prime, very young in his prime. So, yeah, I think we could see 47 again. Just wanted to talk about John Shambi's comments about being disgruntled about it. Not a good look, John. Not a good look. That being said, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys again next time. Later.